Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Pillai Center and Astrovid Power Time Practice here on the 21st of March, 2020. My name is Sucharita. For those of you who don't know me, wishing you all a very warm welcome on this cold winter day. I just did about 100-degree swing in temperature as I passed over the ocean from India to Toronto, where I am stationed now. And that was just yesterday, and it was such a blessing of a day. I've been trying to get out of India for a couple of weeks since it was announced that all international travelers get back home to their home countries. And I was happily ready to do that. Although I had to wait a little bit because I had some dental surgeries done and I needed to get approval from my dentist to fly. Otherwise, well, who knows what could have happened. As it turned out, it's a little sore today, just arriving yesterday. However, I'll be fine. Anyways, so I got the approval from the dentist and then busy trying to get flights. And what happened was, as soon as I got a flight, I would pack my bag, everything was ready to go. And then I received notices that at the last minute, the flight was canceled. And it makes sense because all the flights people were trying to get back home to their home country because of this coronavirus scare and so on. So finally, after about 5 attempts and paying a lot of money to get back home, here I am. However, it's through the grace and blessings of Dr. Pillai. He was always asking, how is it going now? What are you doing? Where are you? You know, you got to get home. And even the Prime Minister of Canada was saying, please come home, all international travelers. Although I have no symptoms, although I feel very healthy, considering I just had major dental work and I was in a foreign country and so on, and flying with the stress of everyone else who was, you know, not so calm and cool about it. And this is the blessings of being with Dr. Pillai. He gives us teachings that we can go to our happy place inside of ourselves very readily and very easily. And not only just to find peace of mind inside, but to get upgrades. And as it turned out, I got upgraded into business class. So I was happy to experience that for the 15-hour flight from Delhi to Toronto. And I had this bed, it was beautiful. They came and gave white glove service and beautiful surroundings and so on. So this was the blessing of Dr. Pillai. It happened to be my birthday. So I was like, oh my goodness, out of all this craziness, happy birthday to me, and what a way to celebrate. So welcome to everyone who is joining for the first time, and those of you who have been joining from week to week, month to month, and year to year, and enjoying all the miracles in your life, the blessings that come because you are sticking with your spiritual path. You can't have enough money, you can't have health, you can't have relationships that are going to last. Your spiritual path will last because it's inside, and you can go to that happy place inside and miracles will happen. So speaking of the miracles that are going to be happening in 2020, and they already have happened to a lot of people who have been following Dr. Pillai's teachings, there is the new Mystery School, the year-long premier program that Dr. Pillai invites everyone who can participate in that. Please come and join, because you're going to learn about miracles. We're all going to learn about miracles. So that program is still open. The gates are open for those people who still want to come and jump in. And I encourage everyone to do that. There were a couple of webinars that Dr. Pillai has done in the past couple of weeks. And then Lakshmi, who is a Pillai Center teacher, longtime Pillai Center teacher, she had shared the updates about how to get involved in this mystery school, the new Mystery School 2020, which is called the Science of Miracles program. And there are bonuses. I'm not sure if there are still bonuses going on. I think until the end of March. So you might want to jump into those and you get those free bonuses. And then if someone is here from Pillai Center, if they could just pop a note onto the chat and just let people know about where to find Pillai Center programs 2020 Science of Miracles School or Science of Miracles course. It's offered through Pillai Center Academy as well. So if you're coming through Pillai Center Academy, that's the course that you want to look for. And then you can purchase it through there, or you can purchase it through Pillai Center itself. And then if you are sitting on the fence and you need to get some more clarity or clarification around what it entails, like how much time do I need to commit to it? What is the financial responsibility, the commitment? And then what is it going to do for me? You're welcome to have a complimentary 15-minute call with me or any of the Pillai Center teachers if you know them. So you can send me an email, sutrit@pillaicenter.com, or you can send it to office@pillaicenter.com and ask for a complimentary 15-minute call, and I'll share more about the science of miracles and how it's happening for me already. And as you can see, or as I've just shared, I'm just pinching myself because generally speaking, I'm so jet lagged after just a regular flight home. And then with coronavirus and all the other fabulous things like meeting all this airport security in Toronto, I got off the plane around 9:30, and I was one of the first people off because business first class goes off first. And so I'm going down this long corridor, and there's a wall of these uniformed men and ladies, and they were, you know, serious. I don't know if they were smiling or what was going on behind their masks, that they were all masked up, and they were standing there with their papers and ready to take people aside, which they did if they looked symptomatic. And I didn't have a mask on. I didn't wear a mask because I feel that if you're wearing a mask, you're going to be breathing your own breath in. And that can be problematic. It can be a bacteria that you're breathing in, and you can get sick from that. So it's best to get fresh air, free flowing air in. I'm just saying for myself, not for everybody else. You got to do your own thing. Pretty much everyone on the plane had a mask, and God bless them. They were all coughing into their masks, those who were sick or for whatever reason. So when I was handed the piece of paper, the information that they shared with us, and you know, how to self-isolate, how to self-monitor, or if you are infected, what to do next. So that was really fabulous to receive those guidelines. And then, you know, we have to go to a doctor right away if we are symptomatic, like sniffing, coughing. So the symptoms were there. It was very straightforward. And I was happy to be a Canadian citizen receiving that kind of screening process at the last minute when there's a bunch of people coming home from different countries. So that was, so that's where Dr. Pillai comes in, is the teachings are, so many people were like nervous and they're afraid, oh my God, am I going to be quarantined? And they were talking like this, and they were talking quietly to themselves, you know, to their family members and so on. And you could see the fear in their eyes. You could see they were sweating, and even though they were asymptomatic, they were sweating because they were afraid, they were nervous. They were scared to be pulled aside with their kids and family members, and you know, where are they going to go to next? And that's what happens in life. Things will come out of nowhere, and are we prepared to deal with the external forces that are going to say, step aside, you're coming with me? So even though I'm sure they're going to be very helpful, it's still that fear that you're going to have the virus, and whatever we think, so shall it be. Even if we are asymptomatic, even if we are healthy and happy. I didn't want anybody looking in my mouth and seeing all my dental work. So I was praying for just, you know, a verbal, are you okay? Or maybe, you know, a zing with one of those electronic infrared thermometers, but don't anybody look at my mouth, because it's kind of swollen from the dental work. And I didn't want to have to go off and be further examined only to find out that I'm fine and it's just the residual dental stuff going on. So I didn't think about those things. I was thinking what Dr. Pillai shared. What's your goal? What's your outcome? What do you want to have happen to you right now in this moment in time? Every moment is new, even though everyone around you is freaking out, and you might even be starting to perspirate. But you can just in that moment call on the divine. So I was calling on Ganesha for all those hours I was flying for, and whether I was sleeping or not, I would wake up and I would be singing his mantra. or I would be singing the Gayatri mantra for health and well-being, and not only for myself, because as you're moving along in your spiritual path, they have studies have shown, research has shown that your energy, if you say a mantra after millions of times of saying it, which probably I have been over 25 years, being with Dr. Pillai and going to these power spots every year in the temples and spending time in India like I just did for a couple of months, and going on my naughty remedy trip again and having another naughty again, all during this time. That's building the spiritual energies and building the consciousness that will be, I can say the mantra, and I don't know exactly what it's going to do, but based on the research, whatever I'm doing is like a pebble in the pond, where it's going to have the ripple effect. And how far is that going to go out? They say 4 miles. So why not just go over the whole plane? And during the time, usually on a 15-hour flight, there are some turbulence. We're going across the ocean. We're going across the Arctic Circle. So you're going in very high altitudes. It's freezing cold. So there are going to be some variations in the wind and temperatures, and that's going to affect the path of the flight, the plane. So generally speaking, it's been a bumpy ride. All through the whole ride home, there was maybe about 20 seconds of bumps, turbulence. And they were pretty shaky, pretty scary. And I was like, oh my God, I stopped thinking about gum. Stopped thinking about the mantra for Ganesha. And as soon as I went back to that mantra, and I was just internally, please, please, please protect us. And my intention was, if it's got in the will of the divine, that we can have smooth, safe travels. We're already totally stressed out in this plane. It's packed. Everybody's trying to get home. We're doing our best. And everyone was relatively calm. Nobody was screaming or yelling or doing anything. That we were just really, you could almost tell that everyone was doing their own way of praying inside. And so within about 20 seconds, 30 seconds, finished. So I don't know if I was the cause of that, but I could definitely say, if science can measure it, and then my attentional energy went to Ganesha, this elephant-headed being who has a pot belly. He rides a mouse and he removes all obstacles so that you can have success, and not just in your job or your business or your overall life. It's like when you need it the most. We need to have the goal. So whatever our goal is, even if it is you're going to go to the doctor and get screened, you just have the goal. I am perfectly healthy. I have so much protection from the divine. I'm going to be just handed a piece of paper that says I'm okay. I need nothing. And all my family members are going to be okay. I will continue to do the self-isolation or the self-monitoring as per the country's health and safety guidelines. So I'm not going to be stupid and rebellious and going to be doing what they've asked to do. And then be grateful, because this is an excuse for everybody to be inside doing their meditation practices. Catch up on it. And you're forced to stay inside. So when we do that collectively here with the community all around the world, Dr. Pillai's grace and blessings will be pouring in to each and every one of us to make sure that we're healthy, our families are healthy, our communities are healthy, because you can radiate that energy out for about 4 miles, they say. So I imagine it to be so, and even beyond that, because if it's Dr. Pillai and he comes from the Siddha Tamil lineage. Sorry, I'm a little bit tongue twisted because of my dental work, so bear with me. Because he hails from that lineage, then whatever you do can be magnified a gazillion times. You can't even put a number on it, because in the divine realm, they're just looking for people with purity of mind, purity of heart, and just want the best, not only for themselves, but for everyone in any given moment. So you don't just turn on your spirituality when the times are good. You turn on your spirituality all the time, and then it will guide you. It will be the guiding light and give you lots of energy and lots of intelligence, and allow you, even if you are supposed to be jet lagged like me, I even came home and there's renovations going on because they thought I was coming home next week. And so they would have an extra week just to do the cleanup and everything. So I came home, there was dust all over the house. I was sneezing and I'm going, oh my God, I have symptoms of coronavirus. No. I was like, okay, here I am. I'm fine. I had a little bit of sleep on the plane, so I'm just going to clean the whole house from top to bottom. And that's what I did. And I was like, how am I having all this energy? How am I able to do all this? And recovering from my dental work, recovering from the stress of coronavirus. This is my human mind saying, oh my God, I have a checklist of all the reasons why I could just be so miserable and not do anything. And yet I got a checklist of all the things that I had accomplished and all the things that got done and set up so that I can be here with everyone today and continue on as if I never left. So that's what it is, everyone who is wondering why I'm sharing this with you, because that's what we do here in Power Time Practice, is we help everyone to tune in to the energy of the time. So this week was a really great time to travel. I actually looked on the Astroved app for the Horror Watch and then checked out the best travel times. And although I was pressed to travel on a certain date, it seemed like all the stars aligned for me. So no wonder my flights got canceled those 5 times before, is that it wasn't the right time. So there I was traveling, and then we find out that it was a pradosham for people in the West here, and for people in the West, meaning Toronto, Canada, or Eastern Daylight Savings Time, is today. And that pradosham is this window of time where the divine can come in and erase a bunch of karma. So that's what it felt like for me, is that I was stepping through this energy, this vortex, this window of time that was saying, you have a lot of energy, you have a lot of grace, you've got a beautiful home, so clean it up. Don't just have, wait till you can go and get some cleaners to come and so on. You just start. And you have the energy, you have the grace. So all through the cleaning, which took several hours from top to bottom, I was just chanting mantras. I was listening to mantras. I was watching the Fire Lab, the recent Fire Lab Dr. Pillai had put out, so you can protect, the world is being protected from coronavirus being spread into pandemic proportions that would be uncontrollable. It's already on pandemic status, but everybody, you just, be careful and find and educate yourself and find out what it takes to protect yourself and adhere to it. Don't just goof around, and this is very serious. But then you don't have to panic either, because if you do, then you're going to create a bunch of negativity around you. So focusing on the divine, focusing on your practices. And that's what I did to help me out. And knowing that, is the pradosham coming up, so I can have a clean space inside of my place. And then because it's on a Saturday, Saturn gave me the energy. Even yesterday, I was getting the energy of today, because if you look ahead, you can pull that energy towards you. You don't have to wait till it happens. So you can pull the energy of pradosham. Pradosham means, a dosha means to be, or dosham means to be afflicted. You have some conflict internally or mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. From previous lifetimes, it can be coming. So a dumping of karma can be coming to you, and it can be blocking your progress and your path in life. And then that can be causing delays, and then you just think nothing is ever going to change and so on. And you get into that loop of just absolute negativity. So pram comes from the word protection. So dosham is afflictions or conflict or some problem going on, some issue. And then purosha or prami comes from the word protection. So it protects you from these afflictions. Now, most of us, we already know, we're surrounded by coronavirus, we're surrounded by fear. We're surrounded by, oh my God, I can't even go to work. I can't go to the office. How am I going to pay for my rent if I don't get a paycheck? And then even if your country like Canada, we have some sort of reimbursement process, but it looks like it's going to be several weeks or into months before you can even put the claim in and then get anything back. We won't know. So in the meantime, we have to think about all these things, and it can be very stressful. So this is a karma that is happening to the global community, and it's also impacting us individually. So how to protect ourselves is to honor Lord Shiva, and then also honor Lord Saturn, because Saturn, this Pradosham actually falls today here in, I'm looking at the Astroved calendar, it falls during the 21st of March, 2020 on a Saturday, and every planet rules a day of the week. So Saturn, obviously Saturn, or Saturday, obviously Saturn is ruling it. So you can light a Saturn lamp. So we have one here. This is a very easy remedy to do. So you can see that there's some black sesame seeds, and then there's some sesame oil. And then you just put a wick, and this is a pretty small lamp. And you can be just lighting that, and that will do you a world of good. It will get you into the realm of Saturn, who will bless you. He will just send energies into the space where you are not going to be freaked out. You'll feel very blessed. So that is something that you want to do. If you have a Shiva Lingam, which is this is a crystal one, and this is you can get it energized through Pillai Center or Ashraved, and I recommend that you do that. Any item that gets energized through Pillai Center or Ashraved, it has a lot of power and grace and protective energies, because these are being honored during specific times, like a Shani Pradosham or any service that has gone on in the past that is honoring Lord Shiva. And who is Lord Shiva? He takes away the karma. He's the one who has the blue throat. And you'll experience that in the meditation today when I take you through the process. Through Dr. Pillai's grace and blessings, you will feel it. So this is something that you can just pour some water, some milk, some juice on it. You can pour honey or yogurt. There's all kinds of things that you can. If you only have water, that's minimum. You can just be pouring it on, and you don't really have to know what it does. Just like when I was taking my medicines to bring the inflammation down in my mouth after the surgery, I didn't go and look them up and say, well, how is this impacting the white blood cells and the lymphocytes and the red blood cells and so on. I was just taking it saying, please reduce my inflammation. So that's what we want to do here with these spiritual tools, is to try them out. So between 1 hour before sunset, wherever you are in the world, if this happens to be a pradosham on a Saturday or a pradosham on any day, this one in particular is very powerful because it will remove a lot of karma. So, and protect you. So you can do that at 1 hour before sunset, and then even going into like a half an hour after the sun is going down, because the sky is still lit up and the sun is there. It's just that it's beyond the horizon that you cannot see with your own biological eyes. So you can do that, and then you can chant the mantra Om Namah Shivaya or Tiruneelakantam, or you can add Makarol Shivaya Namah. You can look up those mantras. Our fabulous friends here, Radha and Yagnya, will put the names of the mantras, the spelling of the mantras, and then what they're for and what to do with them and when to do them, as we share about it today. So that's what's happening today. And then why Saturn is going to be so important is because Saturn is the one that the energy or the consciousness in the celestial realms, as above, so it is here. So in the celestial realms, Saturn dumps a lot of karma into the earth plane on a Saturday. And how does that show up, or how does that look for us? Well, obstacles, delays, challenges, issues, long-standing issues seem to be the topic of discussion, or perhaps arguments within family members, your community, your social circle, your workplace, and so on. So you might see there's arguments or just some, hard work and you're just so tired, you don't want to do it. So if that's happening, as I mentioned, I can't believe I'm pinching myself saying, how did I get all this done? Because it's the grace and blessings of the spiritual practices that we've been building. So that spiritual reserve, and continue to work on it, is available at any given moment in time. And then if you look at the celestial calendar, this Astroved calendar, which I recommend everyone getting, it's free. All you have to do is pay for shipping. Oh my God. And it is a gold mine when you start to look at it. Or if you have Horror Watch and you want to use that as well, you can start to learn about these celestial beings who are impacting us, and how they impact us negatively and how they can impact us favorably or positively. So Shani Pradosham, big dumping day of karma, a lot of responsibilities. Instead of complaining, you will find that you have all this energy to get it all done, and to stay protected, and to feel good that you met your responsibilities. You didn't delay anymore, and then add it to your to-do list. And then you're just so like, well, nothing is ever changing. Nothing will ever change if we don't change our attitude and take the steps to do what it is that we can do to better ourselves, better our lives. The divine beings are just there to support us. So we have to take the action. So it looks like the 22nd is a Sunday here in the West, and it is, it's probably there in the East too. So but we have Mars entering Capricorn. And that's kind of interesting because Mars is the fiery planet. It's also the war planet. It wants to create conflict, arguments, competition, rivalry. It also empowers you. It gives you the will to overcome all these, but not in a fighting way. It gives you the will to do your spiritual practices, so you become this spiritual warrior and no one will touch you. And actually, whoever were your rivals or competitors, they become your friends. And I've seen that happen in my life miraculously, OMG. It has happened with sibling rivalry, rivals at work, competitors in the business, competitors at home. In your neighborhood, people arguing and fighting all of a sudden turn into your best friends. So that will be happening as Mars enters Capricorn. It's exalted there. And Capricorn is this position of the chart, the astrological chart, where it lights up everyone's 10th house. So their dharma house. What's their purpose in life? The karma dharma. I got to, look at my life and see who I am in any given situation. It's not what I do for my work, or maybe I'm not working. Maybe I don't like my job and I want to do something else. That's fine. You can be saying all that. But Mars entering Capricorn will actually give you the will to do your spiritual practices. So you will look at your goals and say, what is really, really important to me at this moment in time? Not somewhere down the road, because listen, the house is burning down. The world is burning down. The house is on fire, as they say, or the world is on fire. It really is. We're all fired up. We don't know what's going to happen in the coming week or weeks or months even. The stock market is gone for a big crash. It's going down, down, down. That's bad news on our economy. And then it creates a lot of fear, a lot of problems. And, we might go into recession. What's going to happen then? So people are really, they've got a lot to think about. And a lot is happening right in this moment. So if you're thinking, oh, I want to get my new whatever, your dream stuff, maybe you might want to just redefine your goal. What is the most important thing that you can be focusing on now is your health and your well-being, and keep that up, because that is the energy that has to surround you. It has to protect you, and then keep the welfare of everyone else up as well. So even though I am on this plane with several hundred people, we're all jam-packed, and we don't know if there are carriers. We don't know what's going on for 15 hours. And even before then, where were they? Where was I? People are all like worried. They're just, kind of like this. And the virus is going to go beyond the mask. Trust me, it's going to go beyond your hands and everything else. So You know, you just have to not be laughing about it, but bring some positivity to it and exactly know what to say to who and when, because everybody's going to be different. And so you want to be not cursed by anyone or be caught in an argument with anyone. So the divine, this is what we want to do, is that's our goal, is to be saying the right thing at the right time, doing the right thing, and then watching, observing the ripple of the energy, and the people all around you are just going to be calm. Even we had babies up in business class. They were so sweet, so adorable, no crying, no nothing. I've never experienced that on all the flights that I've gone worldwide. So there was some divine intervention. Dr. Pillai, I'm sure, had his hand on the plane, and all the divine beings were surrounding us. And you can say, oh yeah, sure, or whatever, but trust me, this is very serious business, and we were all just very blessed, and everything went smoothly. Even all the staff that was serving us was just super smooth and super kind, and very gentle and very compassionate with people. And they were exhausted. So this is what we want to focus on. Yes, we want our house and our car and our relationship and, you know, a better job or whatever. You know, that is something that is okay. You can have that as your goals, but your main goal, and this is just an invitation. No, we're not preaching here, telling you what you have to do or don't do. So what, you get your goal, but without your health, who the heck are you? Without your well-being, or being able to intuitively know what to say and when, that calms the situation down, whether you're speaking to one person or many people. You know, things can get out of control. They can spiral out. So the house is on fire, the world is on fire. And what we want to do is we want to birth the divine, which is fire. So we want to birth that consciousness into the earth plane and allow it to spill over into people, so they're not burned out or they're not feeling the heat of it all. So baptism, as they say, is by fire in the Bible. And this is a time to do it. So we want to be getting our souls cleansed and lighting them up during this weekend, where Mars will give you that willpower. It's in Capricorn to find out what your true purpose as an evolving human being. It doesn't matter what your job is, or what you think your purpose is, or you haven't fulfilled your purpose, or you don't even know what it is. It's right now. It's who you are being right now. First and foremost, what you're saying to yourself, and then what you are able to convey to others. And it might just be a smile, because a lot of people are going to be wearing masks. And you're not going to know if they're smiling or sticking their tongue out at you or gritting their teeth at you. So, or they're just told it not at you, but they're looking at you and they look like a deer in headlights because they're so afraid. Maybe some family member died of it and they're just getting the news now, and you're there and you're misinterpreting the whole thing. So please, please, please be in your spiritual practice, which means you take it off of your mat when you're just sitting there and doing your meditation, om, 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 you're feeling fabulous. And then you go out into the world and you're an idiot. So that's how we will know, is our spiritual practice really put into play in a way that is going to uplift ourselves and uplift everyone else in this critical time. So these are extraordinary times. And these are extraordinary opportunities to live an extraordinary life. An extraordinary life is what we want to feel. We want to experience it. And this is a time to do it. So you're not just in your little weenie bin doing your mantras and hoping it all works out. You are taking yourself out into the world, in your family first, forgiving everything that's happened in the past and being so grateful that they're still alive, that you're still alive, and that you can share on some level and bring some peace and calm. So silver linings always come out of critical times. And, you know, being calm and patient and compassionate and looking for the bright side of everything in every situation is what you're all about, if you are truly on a spiritual path. So enough about that. Let's get on. Shivaratri is a time where we experience the 12-hour vigil. For those people who participated in that, or you watched it on the YouTube, we took everyone through pouring milk and juice and all kinds of other different items on the Shiva Lingam over a 12-hour period. And there were so many, I think there were close to maybe in the 70s or 80s, even 100 people, over 100 were started out with. And then at the 12th hour, there was still 3/4 of us there. So that was amazing. And then hearing from people how that impacted their life and took away a lot of karmas that they wouldn't have been able to do on their own. So this is a mini Shivaratri time that happens every month on the 14th moon. And then you can, on the waning cycle, and then you can reconnect. Again, you can keep pouring water, milk, juice on the Shiva Lingam all day long for that as well. And even with Pradosham, back to Pradosham, people say, well, I'm going to be traveling or I'm going to be at work. How will I do this Pradosham ritual? You can do it all day long. It doesn't matter if it's sunrise, sunset, just do it. That is better than not doing it. So it's just that it'll be really powerful if you can around sunset time. So, and it happens to be, this Sunday happens to be Dr. Pillai's birth star, which is Purvadapada or Purvatati in Tamil. Because that's where I was, Tamil Nadu. So Dr. Pillai's grace and blessings are going to be with us. He is running a major sun dasha, which in everyone's chart, there's a major planetary influence. And so Sundays are ruled by the sun, obviously. And then sun is the energy of the soul. So we can connect with our spiritual master and get the energy of the teachings, whatever teachings we do. Doesn't matter what they are. Any teaching is going to wake up our soul, and then we're going to connect with Dr. Pillai, like plugging into the power source, and then remembering that the teachings you can read about them or you can look at them on YouTube, and until they're given to you by a Satguru, which is that status of Dr. Pillai, where he has an authority. And so if your soul's longings are to study under Dr. Pillai, you'll be in the right place at the right time. Let's just say it that way. Just like I am and always have been through so many crises over the past quarter of a century with him. So his star is going to be there, and his star is also to enlighten everyone. So you'll light up, you'll feel uplifted, you'll feel enlightened in these extraordinary times of these critical circumstances that we might be facing, and we don't know. So the new moon is happening on Monday. Moon is the mind. New moon means you can't see the moon in the sky. It's not there. The full moon, you can see it, big white circle. And the new moon, nada, maybe a sliver, but it's not there. So new moon means no mind. When the mind is out of the way, then you can have all this spiritual energy coming in and creating this clean slate in the cosmos, as well as like a blackboard in this reality. So you can rewrite your destiny. And it's a great time to write your goals. And then connect with your ancestors too, because ancestors who have gone before us, they're the people who are dead. They're not your grandmother and grandfather who are still alive. They're everybody who's dead. So your ancestors can be honored on Monday, this new moon, if you are here in the West, according to the Eastern Daylight Savings calendar that you can get through Ashravet if you're just joining for the first time. Now, so why do we want to pray to our ancestors? Well, guess what? They died in plagues. They died in world wars. They died in poverty. They died in situations that were much like we could be right now facing those situations. But thank God with technology, science, and so on, and then also history has helped us to prepare for the worst. Even though some have died, God bless them, their souls wanted to, by the way. So we can just say, okay, that's what your soul wanted, and please, as you evolve, help us here on the earth plane to find a vaccine and get this under control. So the new moon is all about the ancestors. You can, again, be pouring water, milk, or juice on the Shiva Lingam. And because it's on a Monday, and Monday is the day to contact Lord Shiva. So these 3 powerful days, contact Lord Shiva. Why? Because he represents that balance of masculine and feminine energies inside of us. And you do these rituals, you participate in these spiritual practices because they are tools that you will feel. It's not something someone says, and it's not philosophy. You will feel it. I couldn't have access to my Shiva Lingam on the plane. And as soon as I got home, I, smashed the coconut. I smashed the coconut before I left, smashed the coconut in India, and smashed the coconut when I got home, cut some lemons, limes, and just felt the energy coming back to me. And then pouring the milk and juice on the Shiva Lingam really helped to get clarity and then do everything that I had to do yesterday. So these 3 days will help you to really balance out your whatever you've picked up in the environment or whatever you've read online. Don't go too crazy into that, because it'll be like, watching TV too much. You don't know what is for real. So even though they're saying, oh my God, it's so terrible you're in India, I was like, this is the safest place for me to be. It was so safe. Everybody was healthy, and everybody was really helpful, and everybody was calm. So, just be careful of these judgments that you're hearing and fake news. It's not to say that you shouldn't be, taking care, just like I am. I'm adhering to what I've been told to do. So I will go ahead and do that happily, because I can meditate more. I won't feel bad if I can't go out and do all the things that I need to do. As far as social things go. No, sorry, gotta stay in, can meditate. So anyways, okay, so that's happening on Monday. And so honoring your ancestors, do Tarpanam. If you're considering getting into a Tarpanam program, it's a year long. My God, your life will change in a year. And not only your life, your family's life, your siblings, your parents, your whoever is alive and whoever has passed on, they can be evolving. And then they can come to the level or the status of divine beings. And then their blessings are tremendous because you help them to evolve. It's a reciprocal process that goes on. Not a tit for tat. Hey, I'm doing this. Why aren't you helping me out? It's not like that. You want to get the blessings from them and help them to evolve. And then, of course, they're very happy because you help them, they can help you. As above, so it is here below. Tuesday is a day where we're going to begin the Vasant Navaratri. Vasant means spring, so renewal. So it's a really great time to have this period of renewal. And Navaratri means 9 nights of the goddess. So there are these fierce forms of the goddess energy that will remove darkness, remove ignorance, remove disease from the whole planet. So it's kind of nice that it's happening. It's coinciding. How synchronistic is that? That the goddesses are going to be coming in from the 24th onwards. It might even be starting on Monday, depending on where you are in the world. So don't quote me on these dates. So it really depends. Generally speaking, the first night after after the new moon is night 1. So Nava means 9, and then Ratri means nights. And so 9 nights can be celebrated with this fierce battle going on in the ether as above. And we will see the energies coming in, protecting us from ignorance, disease, destruction, worry, anxiety, paranoia, anger, frustration, and so on. Because a lot of people are not so much concerned about the coronavirus. So what about my job? What about the economy? What about the kids at school? They're thinking about closing this school down for the rest of the year and having online studies. What the heck? Well, who's going to take care of the kids? So all these things go on. And if we participate, there's so many different ways to participate in Navaratri. Katya has put the 1-year Tarpanam on there. Thank you so much, Katya. Probably because she has experienced some fabulous blessings coming from that, participating in that program. So Vasant Navaratri, you can participate in the Western Fire Labs. There will be teachers, Swami Nivali, Lalita Devi, and then also I believe that Radha Paru will be also hosting those fire labs throughout the 9 nights. And how you can do that, I think you can order it through Pillai Center. If someone is here from Pillai Center and they can pop that link onto the chat, that would be so fabulous. But you can just go on there and look for Navaratri Fire Labs, Western Fire Labs. And then you can participate in that every night. Even if you can't because of the timing, you can watch the recording. Everything will be recorded. And then you can also participate in Pillai Center Academy's 9 Nights of the Goddess, or the Goddess Wisdom series. So there are different ways to participate, and these are a couple of the most powerful ways to do it at home. Now, if you don't have the time and you don't have the energy and you just got to be focusing on whatever it is that you got to do every day, then you can participate, you could consider participating in the services that are offered in India, where they go around, it's all organized and arranged, that you give your name and your birth star, and then that's based on your birth information, and then you can go to your soul will go on as this journey, and you will feel this energy coming in every night, and it will be pouring through you, because it will be done by proxy. So there will be someone who is going to be calling out your name, your star, and then that's all the divine needs anyways. They don't really need you in person. It's more for you to experience it. So, but you will experience it anyways. Whether I'm doing anything by proxy or whether I'm going in person, it is tremendous blessings that you will feel. And not only in the moment during these 9 nights, you will see and feel these experiences in your life being forever changed. People who you thought were never going to change, they're always going to be like that. Even yourself, you'll be judging them. They're never going to change. They're always going to be like that. You know what I mean? So all that will get erased, because it'll be like a chicken or the egg story. You won't know who's saying it first. Oh no, but I'm just saying how it is. Yeah, but you saying it, you're making it to be. So to be or not to be, that is the question. It's not just some story written down. So this is the power times for this week ahead that I really wanted to share, and so that everyone can tune in and get some relief. So stay home, do your practices. You have a reason to stay home. So do your practices as much as you can, even if it's not at nighttime, you know, during the time when the goddess is readily available, which is around, let's say like 11:15 till 12:15, as Dr. Pillai's shared many, many years ago. And I participate in that. And I honor that time frame, and I feel the goddess really coming in strongly. So how do we know we're evolving? How do we know that the god or the goddess is inside of us? How do we know that we are going to experience the blessings if we participate in these services, in these programs, in these courses? Timing is everything. So you will really feel it during about 11:15 p.m., depending on where you are in the world. So 11:15 p.m. to 12:15, just after midnight, there will be a strong surge of energy. And a lot of people pass out because it's so powerful. But if you can, splash some water, take a shower, you know, roll a lemon or a lime. In fact, that's what I forgot to mention about pradosham. If you have a coconut, you can use this as surrogate technology to absorb all the negativity, all your bad karma into it, or all your negativity into the coconut. You take it and then you go and smash it. And even if you say to yourself, no, I'm good, just like I did before I left for the airport yesterday in Tamil Nadu, Chennai, the driver said to me, ma'am, would you like to go and smash a coconut? And I said, oh my God, thank you so much for reminding me. I was so focused, okay, gotta get to the airport. And then he reminded me to go and put my prayers into the coconut and smash it. And oh, it just felt like this, I started sweating. There was this surge of energy that I was not aware of. But that divine being, my driver, who has absolutely, he always says to me, I have no education. I said, you have spiritual education. You are the highest education. You're so highly educated. And he always makes him to feel good, but it's not, I'm not just saying it. He is so alert spiritually. And here me with all my degrees, or I don't even know where they are, they're in a drawer somewhere, but all my academic knowledge, all my education, being with Dr. Pillai, 25 years. And here he's saying, ma'am, before we go on your journey, that could be very difficult. You could be turned away. Please smash a coconut. So you can do that. So smash the coconut and you will feel it. So don't just take my word for it or anyone else's. Got to do it yourself. I could have said to this guy, no, we don't have time. And I would have been upset. In fact, there is a story to that, but somebody can remind me later. Let's move on. So if you have a lemon or a lime, you can also be rolling it around. Put it on your eyes, your nostrils, your mouth, your throat, your shoulders, your head. And it's, imagine it absorbing all the negativity that's trying to get into your sensory organs. So these are sensory organs that perceive whatever is coming around. We're seeing it. We don't even know that we're thinking it, but we're taking it in. They're holes in our heads. And it just comes in. So you want to clean all that up. And then you can take this and then cut the lime, throw it away. Or the lemon. This is the lemon. There's a line here, I think. Where is it? Oh, there it is. It's attached to a veil. So tomorrow is Mars is entering Capricorn, and Mars is the planet. The overlord of Mars is Lord Muruga. And for those people who are wondering, what the heck has she got there? This is a veil. This is a lance. And then you can see the Tamil Om is there and some lemon juice or hairs. And then on the back, you can see the traditional 3 lines with the kumkum in the middle, the white lines, and that represents you opening the third eye, the different stages. So this Om, this represents Om. So this is your backbone. It represents your backbone and your brain. And then in particularly the midbrain. If we can get into Om, we can get home. We can be home on time without any further ado. So this backbone in the subtle body represents the chakras, the psychospiritual centers that are aligned here, that are pumping up energy and saying, be fearful, be stupid, be dumb, be angry, be upset, be jealous, be frustrated, be whatever. And it's all coming into our brain. We don't even know. We don't think with our spinal cord. Not even in the subtle body. So all this energy is coming up and it's telling us, ping, ping, ping. What are you going to pay attention to? And you're going to pay attention to lighting up the midbrain. And how to do that, how to cleanse it, is you can actually take a lemon or a lime in this case, and then you can be piercing it. So you can pierce the lemon or the lime. And then you just have this sitting, I have it sitting on my desk right here as I'm doing the call, because that's going to absorb a lot of negativity that's coming at me that is not intentional, or maybe it is. And that's okay. I would rather it go into the lime or the coconut or the lemon instead of into me. So this is on the spiritual realm. It knows no bounds. It doesn't see material things. It only sees the power and energy behind the spiritual tools. So it is looking for anyone who is using these spiritual tools. Believe it or not, try it yourself. Then you can see about belief, or you might say, it doesn't matter. I don't care if I believe it or not. I'm going to negate it till the cows come home, but I'm going to do the thing because it's going to work. So it's going to give the results. So that's what you want to do during these, pradosham time as well. If you don't have a coconut, you can use a lemon or lime. And in the Sunday, you're going to power up Lord Mars or Lord Muruga's energy. You know, you can add the veil to it. If you don't have a veil, a spiritual lance that Lord Muruga carries all the time, representing Om, representing the third eye, the ability to know what to do and when to do it and how to do it. And then lighten your load, lighten your karma, because he gets rid of karma. He gets rid of enemies, disease. Hello, coronavirus, you'll be protected. You will know, I'm not going to be feeling this. I'm not going to be subjected to this, or I'm not going to be the subject of discussion about it. I'm going to be saying I'm doing what I can. And that's the end of the story. You're not going to get into the pros and cons and all the rest. You can say there's so much research on YouTube, check it out. Here's a good one that I found and felt helpful. So it will give you the intelligence. So you can do that, honoring these really powerful beings. Lord Shiva is the dad, Lord Ganesha is the brother, and Lord Muruga is the other brother. So you've got the family helping you out in the spiritual realm. And they're not just hanging out in this cosmos. They are within you. So that energy will awaken, and then you can do whatever it is that you need to do to get into this energy of the 9 nights of the goddess. Christina saying 11:15. Yes, that is the prime time. So remember, you can, wherever you are in the world, say, for example, you can't stay up for the 9 nights, then just do it when you can. If it's first thing in the morning, do your spiritual practice, whether it's participating in the services or participating in Pillai Center Academy's wisdom, the Goddess Wisdom course, or any of the spring Navaratri or the fall Navaratri course. Whatever you can participate, you will do it based on your own ability. God or goddess will know what you can or cannot do. So just go ahead and search it out. We're giving you a couple of days heads up, and then you will be drawn. You'll be pulled to do these spiritual practices. It's like, I cannot ignore this. I must do it. So, and then that will be the right thing that you need to do at this point in time. You don't have to do it all. You can do just something. So, or you can do it all if you have the time, which a lot of us do because we're self-isolated. So, Migaline is asking, what's the difference between Goddess Wisdom 9 nights and the 9 nights of Navaratri? I've spoken about that on different YouTubes throughout the years. So please check out the YouTubes on Power Time Practice. The main difference is you're going to be getting very powerful teachings that are esoteric in nature, and they say they're jealously guarded by the Tamil Siddhas. And then Dr. Pillai said, no, the goddesses have to help the earth plane out. And this was a while ago that he created, or he unleashed, the goddesses' teachings through the Goddess Wisdom program. The 9 nights are the traditional, you're going to honor the 9 nights, first 3 nights of honoring the goddess Durga to get rid of suffering, depression, negativity, to give you a lot of protection and energy. And then the second 3 nights are honoring the goddess Lakshmi, who gets rid of poverty consciousness, scarcity consciousness, or being scared of losing your money or your material wealth or whatever, your well-being. And then the next 3 nights will be celebrating the goddess who removes ignorance. It's like, stop, go inside, get the energy, the wisdom of the gods, the goddesses, and beyond, and then that will help you to navigate. So that's what I wanted to share. I'm going to answer the questions after we come back from our meditation practice. It's important for us now to dive inside and then see what we don't see. It's coming out of, maybe it's a blind spot, or maybe it's something that we see and it's horrifying us or terrifying us. And then we just use the meditation, this stream of consciousness, to pour all that negativity into. And then like a stream goes to the ocean, eventually it will just disperse all of it. It will just release it. So on our own, with our own mind, we can't do it. Being in a group, you can do it, because you'll be the ocean instead of just the little trickling stream. So we'll get into that state of consciousness all the way through the process. Even if you're thinking, oh my God, I'm thinking so many thoughts, I am not focusing on the meditation at all. It doesn't matter, because that's how it is anyways. Even advanced meditators, they cannot stay in a stream of consciousness for more than a few minutes max. And then they have to try again, bring their mind in to get them in. So wherever you are, in fact, beginners have a better experience. Beginner's luck, they call it, where you don't know. You're in that state of not knowing. And guess what? That's the highest state of being. So get into your beginner mind and just dump everything. You're going to be supported by it, but you're also going to be perhaps experiencing a lot of karmas that are coming up, especially around discussions or, you know, people's opinions about what's going on with coronavirus, the economy, and so on. So all that is just agitating you, and you want to release it. So stay to the very end. I invite you to, of the meditation, right to the very end, and you will have like a pop, it will pop the lid off, and finally you'll release it. So don't deprive yourself and take off sooner unless you have to. You can listen to the recording later. But this is how it is with Dr. Pillai's meditations. As his energy is coming in, it's gonna stir it all up, and then it's gonna be like in a blender, good and not so good. But then in the end, it's gonna be like a smoothie, and everything will work out. So let's get into it, and we'll take your questions, comments, shared experiences after the process. So I'll just be popping up a shared screen. You won't see me for the meditation because I don't want to distract anyone. And then you can be closing your eyes and going internally. If it takes you some time to settle in, just take a few deep breaths. Actually, even if you are settled in your meditative state, just take a few deep breaths all the way to the bottom of your lungs, because this coronavirus is that which will affect our lungs, our respiratory system. So the bronchial tubes, the bronchioles, the alveoli, the little air sacs, just give them some attention. The throat, the esophagus. So everything that you're going to breathe in, your nostrils, your mouth, your throat, all the way down, the bronchial tubes, they split off into the right and left lungs. And then they expand, and they need some attention. So allow that breath to go right in and expand your chest. And then just release it all the way out, blow it all the way out. And you might even feel a little bit dizzy. That just means that, hey, you've been holding your breath. So be careful, you know, sit, or if you need to lie down, you can do that too. And then once you have done that, maybe 2 or 3 times, and then you just make a prayer, thank God I can still breathe. Then you will start to settle, put a smile on your face, and forget about whatever has happened. And don't even think about forgetting, just put a smile on your face and think about the smile on your face as if no one is watching. So putting your attention internally, go to the base of your spine now. And imagine this energy expanding. It's a reddish orangish light in color. And it's expanding to fill your whole pelvic region. Even into the hips, and then into the buttocks and down the legs. And into the feet and toes. So this reddish orangish light is going to pour down into the feet and toes. And it's going to remove the energy that you don't even know you've been walking in, you've been subjected to in this earth plane, because the legs, the feet, they carry us through life every day. We don't even think about it, but we are bumping up literally into things, or we are bumping up against the energy that is surrounding us. So now that you've focused on this reddish orangish light, it can be particles or like a liquid light pouring down the legs and back up, searching out anything that doesn't serve you. We'll call on Ganesha, who's associated with this light. And he opens the lower chakras to release the Kundalini energy to go up. Imagine an elephant-headed being. He has a pot belly and he rides a mouse. Even if you don't see it, he is there. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Nirvignam Kuru Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Nirvignam Kuru Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Nirvignam Kuru. Keep your attentional energy focused on your legs, your feet, your pelvic region. Om Shrim Rim Klim Klaum Gam Ganapataye Varada Sarvajaname Vasamanaya Namaha. Om Shrim Hrim Klim Klaum Gam Ganapataye Vareda Sarvajaname Vasamanaya Namaha. Om Shrim Hrim Klim Glaum Gam Ganapataye Varada Sarvajaname Vasamanaya Namaha. Now imagine this ray of light that arises from the base of your spine, shoots up your spine, goes into the space. It pierces the chakras on the way up, activating them to release any negativity that you may or may not know about. And then the ray of light continues through the skull and into the space like a searchlight, seeking out more intelligent energy, thoughts that are coming from your higher self, your non-physical self that is limitless. It knows what to do, when to do, how to do, why to do it, where to do it. And it will just give you that intelligence instantaneously. So we'll activate the chakras, starting at the base of the spine. Really feel this energy. Move up to the heart center in the middle of the chest. Move up to the throat, clear the throat. Move up to the third eye, the middle of your brain. Float back down to the base of the spine. Connect with the earth element and the sound Nam, Nam, Nam. Move into the belly, the navel chakra. Connect with the water, filling up the whole abdomen. Ma, 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 ma. Move up to the heart center, middle of the chest. Feel the heart. Set it on fire. She, 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 she. Move up to the throat, the mouth, the nostrils. Cleanse them with the sound. Vam, 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 vam. Va is the sound to purify air. Again, focus on the nostrils, the mouth, the throat. Va, 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 va. Feel the nostrils being cleansed. Feel the mouth being cleansed. Feel the throat being cleansed and all the airway passages to the lungs even. Vam, 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 vam. Move into the two eyes, the right and left brain. Connect with the space or Akash, the ether. Erase disease from the Akashic records. Disease thoughts coming to you. With the sound, ya, 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 ya. Feel the brain. Feel the two eyes. Put your attention there, even if you don't feel it. Your attention is in your eyeballs and your brain. Erase disease consciousness. Ya, 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 ya. Feel connected to the ether, the space, the Akash. With your brain and eyes, erase disease. Yam, 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 yam. Now imagine Dr. Pillai appearing before you in a form you're familiar with or a light. Two rays of light enter your eyeballs, piercing them, coming from his eyes, connecting with your eyes through these beams of light. Lock on, feel it. Another ray of light enters your third eye, coming from his third eye. Lock on, feel these three beams of light. piercing your eyes, piercing your third eye, erasing disease consciousness, scarcity consciousness, fear, anxiety, anger is all being released from you, diffused. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Feel your eyeballs, feel your brain lighting up. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Now imagine a ray of blue light, like a laser beam of energy, performing laser surgery on your throat, where the karma of all your lifetimes, this lifetime, future lifetimes, is stored in the throat. This ray of light is going to erase or diffuse anything that is no longer serving you, including disease consciousness that you may have picked up or spoken about, gotten animated about. Release it. Get it unstuck from your being, in the throat, the shoulders, the chest, the upper back. Receive the blue light and the sounds to activate this process of karma removal. Tiranilakantam 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 Blue light in the throat. Receive the sounds. Tiranilakantam 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 Tiranilakantam. Feel the blue light pouring through your throat, down your esophagus, into the bronchial tubes that supply the right and left lung with air. The lungs are filling up, the alveoli sacs, the air sacs. The lungs are expanding with this blue light, filling them all around, inside, outside. Tiranilakantam, Tiranilakantam, Tiranilakantam. Tiranīlakantam, Tiranīlakantam, Tiranīlakantam. Tiranīlakantam, Tiranīlakantam, Tiranīlakantam. Ma karo Shivaya Namah. 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 Tiranīlakantam. 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 Ma karo Shivaya Namah. Feel the lungs, the throat, the mouth and nostrils blue. So blue, deep blue, dark blue, like the space, almost black. Cleansing, protecting from any negativity getting in. Now imagine the whole body turning into a red color. You don't have to think about it too much. Just imagine red from head to toe. We'll call on the goddess Durga to destroy any negativity and protect us from enemies, deaths, disease, fear, depression will be diffused. Imagine this beautiful goddess with multiple weapons, multiple hands, multiple weapons, riding a lion or a tiger, smiling as she's destroying the negativity inside of you and in the world. Om Katyayinaya Vidmahi Kanikumari Dhimahi Tanno Durgi Prachodayam. Om Katyayinaya Vidmahi Kanikumari Dhimahi Tanno Durgi Prachodayam. Om Pratyayinaya vidmahi Ganivamari dhimahi Tanno Durgi Prachodayat. Red. From head to toe, inside, outside, red, everywhere. Om Dham Durgaye Namaha. 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 Red, 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 red. Now the red turns into a pink, golden, silver, dazzling lights. We'll call on the goddess Mahalakshmi to diffuse scarcity consciousness, fear, ignorance, worry about money, health. Visualize this pink, golden light, dazzling light pouring through your body from head to toe, also all around you. Shri Brizzy. Shri Brizzy. lights up with a soft white light pouring through you from head to toe, all around you. The goddess of intelligence, wisdom, creativity will help you to clear your mind and manifest health, happiness, prosperity for you and the world. Feel this soft white light glowing inside, outside. Om Aim Saraswatye Namaha. Focus on your right eye, your left eye, your brain, your tongue. Om Aim Saraswatye Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatye Namaha. Your eyes, your brain, your tongue. Om Aim Saraswatye Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatye Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatye Namaha. Now we'll call on the goddess Saraswati of the Golden Age and beyond. Om Aim Sucharita Saraswati Namaha. Om Aim Sucharita Saraswati Namaha. Om Aim Sucharita Saraswati Namaha. Focus on your eyes, your brain, your tongue. Om Aim Sucharita Saraswati Namaha. Om Aim Sucharita Saraswati Namaha. Om Aim Sucharita Saraswati Namaha. Eyes, brain, tongue. Om Aim Sucharita Saraswati Namaha. Om Aim Sucharita Saraswati Namaha. Om Aim Sucharita Saraswati Namaha. Now the goddess of the beyond, beyond the golden age. Om Aim Anyurhadha Kramana Saraswati Namaha. Om Aim Anyuradha Kramana Saraswati Namaha. Om Aim Anyuradha Kramana Saraswati Namaha. Your eyes, your brain, your heart. Om Aim Anyuradha Kramana Saraswati Namaha. Om Aim Anuradha Kramana Saraswati Namaha. Om Aim Anuradha Kramana Saraswati Namaha. Feel yourself surrounded with intelligence, wisdom. You have the wisdom body, the intelligence to diffuse any ignorance, negativity that is bombarding you. Om Aim Anuradha Kramana Saraswati Namaha. Om Aim Anuradha Kramana Saraswati Namaha. Om Aim Anuradha Kramana Saraswati Namaha. Feel the goddesses. Feel the gods. Feel your higher self. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body. Peace to the mind. Peace to the soul. Peace to the world. Peace, peace, peace. End the meditation. Relax. Let go. You can keep your eyes closed for as long as you'd like. You can stay in the meditation for as long as you'd like. You can slowly, slowly come back as you wish. We will open the line for shared experiences. So thanks everyone for joining, those of you who need to go. The rest of this recording will be posted to the members area on YouTube. Pillai Center Practice, Power Time Practice, and you can view it at your leisure. And then have an amazing week this week where you're going to have the opportunity to be self-isolated with the gods and the goddesses and transform your body, mind, and soul, protect you and your family. So we'll see you when we see you next. And then those people who are going to stay, we're going to open the line now for shared experiences. You can post messages on the chat if you're on Zoom. If not, you can, and you're on the phone, you can press *6 to open your line. So we'll just do that now. So you should be ready to, the platform is ready to receive your messages. If you want to share now, unmute your mic, or if you're on the phone, press *6. If you want to post your notes or your messages here on chat, you can do that as well. And I am going to check out the chat now because people have been posting. Oh, wonderful. People have been posting. Thanks, Armin, for posting the Science of Miracles course link that is there for people to join that program. This is what we want to do. We want to have miracle consciousness. And it's like going to your highest school of knowledge. So you will be immersing yourself in a year-long program with Dr. Pillai and all of us who will be there to support you, especially during this year where we don't know what's going to happen. And so having that protection, having that, the grace and the blessings, and then being able to create miracles for yourself, as I've shared and many people have when they study with Dr. Pillai in this intensive premier program. It's in you and it's forever in you, and you will always be protected no matter what. So I invite you all to check it out. And thanks, Armin, for posting that link. Katja posted also the link to Science of Miracles program as well. So just scroll up the chat. If you don't see it, then could anyone please repost it for people who aren't able to see it. So post your note if you're not able to see it, or raise your hand. Yaro, your hand is
Hello.
up.
Hello,
Hi.
how are you? How are you?
Very good. How are you?
Good. I'm glad to see that it was our anniversary, actually 50 years on March 11th from back to Czechoslovakia. So
Congratulations.
when you were doing your thing, the world has changed so drastically. I've been following you and Dr. Pillai. It is the only little bit of comfort and that I see you is that we actually make the change, and it's like Beam Me Up Scotty. There was an episode, right? They went to a planet where everybody froze, but I've been watching other Shiva stuff. Energy is constantly moving. So even though we think we're stuck, we're not really stuck. It's always constantly moving, because even he said, like, everything mantra, we said, in the hardest times, Jyoti, Navaratri, this. But the hardest thing for us to realize is the hardest components of Earth. There are other people that I follow too, but it's the same thing. People used to call me the spaceman, but Dr. Pillai is a spaceman too. How do you like answer when, like, we've been around? We can feel that energy. It's in us. Sometimes I used to talk to people about energy. It's taken a long time to release it, get that. They used to tell me that I'm stupid 30 years ago, or like I was a spaceman. Everything is constantly energy. And we forget that even the earth and everything's constantly going around. So it's so hard. If we get a couple weeks to be in ourselves, you're so super. I seen you for last 12 years or something. Every one of us goes through like a new nuclear plant meltdown and outer space thing. Totally. Well, Chernobyl, everything. The world, you can't stop the thing spinning around. And what was the thing? He hasn't said that lately. What was that thing? Boson, Ohm Higgs boson thing. It's constantly spinning whether we want it or not. And everybody. So it's hard. Everybody's going through their own cycle on things. You have to learn from each other, but don't let the gravity. They used to call me gravity man or space man because I either thought too much up there or too much down there, because it was either too much gravity or too much up there. But you have to keep it, take it easy. I know. I knew this thing was gonna happen, like some of them. I knew before the Twin Towers happened. Is that rare or nothing? So everything's always relative. Just keep it calm, keep it calm. You can't over exaggerate your things. Is that true?
Yeah, it sounds like you've got a handle on it, Jaro, and thank you so much for sharing about it.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah,
Do you have any questions or?
you're a grand inspiration. Like I would tell you then. Yeah. Don't give up. It's not like the Twin Towers are melting. They're on the same grade as like the planet. It's constantly changing and seeing. We have that energy to go and do it. Some of us are not as inspired as others. It's always don't be afraid. The worst thing, Fear is the worst thing. Don't be put down, and say kindness right now. When the energy pours out of you and it says, yeah, I've been experiencing that for the last 15, 20 years. It made us, like you say, our ancestors, this and that. I have to say more love to my mom and dad and everybody else. It's the beingness, because actually you can't eat. I I work and make furniture. I've done a million things. I fixed those million things. Once in a while, I wish they can fix me. But the only cure I have for that is, okay, well, I can't eat wood. I can't eat drywall. I have to think for myself. The stars are up there, so I have to rotate. So in a way, you are all those things, right? Aren't you?
Yeah.
Aren't we all one?
Yeah,
It
absolutely. Yeah.
is. It is. And it's so hard. Sometimes we have like I'm afraid like it's I already knew like 3, 4 years ago, don't go out of the country, might have a problem. There's different things. I was feeling like things out there before that actually mattered to anybody else. But it's everything you absorb, you are super. Thank you very much. If the only thing that matters, it's not like every day we want to be in a shake of stuff, like your super shake, this and that, and everything else. Everybody wants to be like better, and it's so cool because I got some crystals. I've been electrified. I played music, play guitar. The soul has to actually. The soul has the most vibrant force ever. When it really wants to come out, it will give you the tones and be super. I thank Dr. Pillai for Ganesh and everything else. It's given me some of the tools that you can grab onto some energy that has meaning and strength.
Beautiful,
Do you
Jaro.
like that? I like that.
It's awesome. Thank you so
I
much,
miss you.
Jaro.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, God bless you.
Thanks for talking to me. I've taken a lot of the courses. It's only the energy that you accumulate to make for yourself, because you can't be a rock. I told a comic one time, it was a comic, right? All the comics are dying, no more music. I was a rock. Oh, please, it's the end of the world. I'm a little lonely rock with a little stick. The last man on the planet is going to be, there's a rock with a stick, a little, a toothpick and a pole. Please, God, I love you. Don't nuke me now because I'm the last one that ever loves you. But you always have to love something, right? Like a little rock. Remember they used to have painted rocks, little shit.
Mm-hmm.
I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
No.
A year ago, I used to start saying, love yourself, love everything that you do, because it makes it worthwhile. When I play my guitar, it's so the vibrations come out. So like now, this will be one of those things. Make your vibration, rever- reverberation strong. Play like you mean it, like Lion King ever, because everything's shutting down. But if you can make your life worthwhile and strong, make it. Like the
Beautiful
lion,
said. Thank
like the
you,
lion.
Jaro.
Remember, I show you the pictures of Ganesha in
Yeah.
the old days when they had big Ganeshas everywhere, and you prayed to Ganesha too, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, thank you
Should we
very
go
much.
now, Jaro, so some other people
Yes.
can hear?
Yes. Take care. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. God bless.
Thank you very much.
Hi. Cecilia, your hand is up, or your mic is open.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
Oh, okay. Thank you. First, I want to say you happy birthday.
Thank you.
I was missing you.
Aw.
And I want to share some of my experience at this time. Some miraculous, small, miraculous, but very good experience at this time. And with the meditations that I have done, Since about 10 days here in Switzerland, every school and every shop, everything had to close. And I have to close my school, my dance school. And I didn't know what happened with my courses, if I have some money the next time, how is going to be, all the things. And I received yesterday a call from someone who is working with in a hospital, and she told me that some people they are looking for people who can help at the hospital. And yeah, if I want, I can go to work there.
Awesome.
This time.
Awesome.
Yeah, and so at the Switzerland here, in Switzerland, the government said also the people that they have small firms or the small shops or schools, or they work by self. They don't have they don't work with a firm. They can go and apply to receive for this time some money.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and there are some miracles, but because I was meditating with Lashmi Shrimbrisi,
Mm-hmm.
and I was meditating also with Karpasamy and Durga and Babaji, and also meditate with, not only for me, but for all the people here in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And always seeing what's going on in the Pillai Center, with the events, and inviting some people to take also to be in these meditations for free. And I'm very happy because I'm not afraid. I feel that I have help of the divine, and I just wanted to share that with all the people here.
Oh, thank you, Cecilia, and God bless you. That's great. It's
Yeah.
great inspiration because you don't know where the miracle is going to come from. So stay open.
Yes, yes. And God bless everything. And thank you very much for your support.
Thank you, Cecilia, and thanks for your birthday wishes.
Yeah. Bye.
God bless. So Gabriella is saying here on the chat, thank you for guiding us through this tremendous, powerful meditation. Oh, all the archetypes were so present and powerful. I felt them present in the room with me, like a gathering of friends. And that's what will happen when you have the blessings of Dr. Pillai coming through. So you just do your practices and know that he's guiding you at the level of your soul, and you'll be like a searchlight. You'll be just like this shiny sun, because the sun is the soul. We're solar beings here on the earth plane. So that's why we have a soul. So the sun is not just this big bright star that all the planets orbit around, including us. It is a conscious being, and it wants to light up all the souls, or the soul's intelligence, the we are all one consciousness in the whole galaxy, in all galaxies. So when Dr. Pillai's energy is coming in, his teachings are coming through. The teachings aren't words, it's the energy, it's the intelligence, it's the consciousness. And then you will see the beings, because they will be like, hey, where's that sun? Who's that sunny person? So great sharing, Gabriella. And then many people have experienced the god or the goddess coming into their space and like, oh my God, it was for real. So that's fabulous. There are many links posted on the chat. Please scroll up the chat, everyone, to find out the links to how to participate in the Miracle School, how to participate in, the Science of Miracles program, and the year-long Tarpanam program, Vasant Navaratri, the 9 Nights of the Goddess that is coming up as well. And those links were posted by our fabulous friends here in Pillai Center Power Time. Cecilia, your line is open. Did you want to share something?
Oh, no. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. I'll mute you. You're muted. So sometimes you just have it unmutes itself. Thank you so much, everyone who's posted birthday wishes. I totally forgot about it. I was like, I'm so focused on getting home, getting home safely, being safe. And that someone at the airport actually said, "Oh, happy birthday." And I said, "Oh, yeah." I was like in shock a bit. So for me, it's I celebrate my birthday actually on my birth star. So my consciousness was on the 27th of this month when Bharani star is being celebrated in the heavens as well as here. So I had arranged to feed 108 people at Tiruvannamalai for my birthday. So that was I was thinking that was my consciousness, because I asked the driver to arrange that for me. And then also purchase something for the guest house that I wanted to give as a token of my appreciation for being able to stay there. And so he was arranging that. He said, "Oh, it's like a birthday gift from you on your birthday to everyone." And I was like, "Yeah, I want to do that." So my birthday is like in the future. But thank you so much for celebrating my biological birthday. Mikaleen, your mic is open.
Oh, good evening, Suchitra.
How are you?
I'm okay. And how are you?
I'm good.
Yes, how you recover? You still look a little bit tired in your eyes, but
A little.
your voice is good.
Hold on.
Yeah. It was a beautiful meditation, and so many people shared. I think the gods and goddesses were ready to come, and they came as we called, and they're with us. It was beautiful. I just wanted to say thank you for all of that and wish you a very happy birthday.
Thank you.
And I just need a couple of clarifications. And I always wanted to ask you this, but I keep forgetting. When you talk about the third eye, where is the spot? Is it between the two eyebrows, or is it in between, in the middle of the forehead?
Yeah, it's a good question, because when you see the spot on my forehead, that's where the pineal, or the pituitary is. So that's when the energy comes up the spine. All the psychospiritual centers, all the chakras are coming up, and then they hit the pituitary, which is kind of where the divine and human mind dance. So it's closer to the eyes. So the sensory messages come in through the eyeballs, and then where the two ophthalmic nerves cross, that's where the pituitary sits. So it's at the crossing of those two, that information coming in. It's like a pit stop for us to either think human thoughts, karmically driven thoughts, or to continue going backwards into the middle of the brain where the pineal gland is. So the third eye is composed primarily of the pineal gland consciousness, which is more divine consciousness. It's not totally pure because we're here on the earth plane. We haven't disappeared yet. So the pineal gland is the main part of the third eye. There's also the third ventricle in between the pituitary and the pineal. So if you imagine my fingers, so my two front fingers, my two index fingers are the pituitary, and then my thumbs are the pineal. And then in between is this ventricle or cup-like shape. So it pings the pituitary, the energy or the intelligence of the divine hits the pineal, and then they dance in between. And then it's kind of like this squeezing of energy or intelligence that is the opening of the third eye. It's the ambrosia that comes down into our brain and into the rest of the body. It goes and expands into the astral bodies, those energetic bodies. So you might hear some authors say it's the pineal, it's the pituitary, it's the third ventricle. But as Dr. Pillai shared about it in the past and continues to, that's the way it is. So hopefully that's helpful for you.
So when we talk, or when Dr. Pillai or any of the teachers talk about attention to the third eye, so it's the
It's that
spot.
apparatus. Yeah.
It is the spot between the two eyebrows.
Spot between the two eyebrows, and then let it go back in and let it be that apparatus. It's not just a pin. It's
Yes.
a full activation of this breathing organ.
Okay. If I may just say this, when we did the Brazil Abundance course or similar courses, Dr. Pillai was talking about the third eye on the forehead, which is the vertical
These are
eye.
the landing marks.
So it's a vertical eye. So that's the total apparatus in some ways, isn't it? Because
It's like an X marks the spot, Micheline, like you would on a map. You'll say,
okay.
oh, you drive in your car, so you get your map out and you say you put an X here, and then you go to this X. It looks just unidimensional, but it's
Okay. It's not, yeah, that's, I think that's my picture, but as you very nicely put it, when you study about this in science, as you explained it, it's the ventricle, it's the thing, it's not a unilateral picture, it's not a 1D, 2D, it's a different thing. And that's why I get confused with all that about science and biology and trying to see how to incorporate it. That was a very good explanation, thank you. The other question is this, when Dr. Pillai or the teachers talk about the energy raising from the Kundalini as a column of light at the back of the spine or along the spine, I generally visualize it's a pillar of light on the back of my spine, going into the midbrain and through the pineal gland and out. But some pictures show the energy rising from the front and going through the chakra. And especially when we're saying the Namah Shivaya is stimulating our centers in the body before any major meditation, I visualize the centers, the Nama, Shi, in the front of my body. Now, what is my confusion is, am I doing it right or doing it wrong?
You can do it right inside your body. Why don't have it at the front or the back? It's right inside. Imagine your body is not there. And then you have a subtle body, which is in alignment with this body, but it's beyond. It doesn't have any boundaries. It's limitless. So what we want to do is we just want to imagine, just like with the veil. So this is inside your body. This is your backbone. These are where the chakras are aligned, inside your subtle body. But it also corresponds to the physical form, because we have to have something to relate to. We can all relate to our bodies. So if this is outside your body, that's fine, but then you're disconnected. Put it right in. Be inside.
Okay. The other thing I was going to ask you is, sometimes we have lessons, we have calls at odd times of the day because of the timings here. Is it okay to do all these practices and watch the fire labs and from our bed?
It doesn't matter the timing so much. Those are just power times, but do practices anytime. And you can do it all at once. You can do some, you can do few, you can do one.
But can we follow these fire labs and pray for, participate in this fire labs? Were you sitting in our beds?
Absolutely. You can be sleeping.
Oh, right. Okay. Most of the time I avoid the fire labs thinking, oh, I'm in my bed.
No,
I can't really.
It's a way of bringing it into the whole earth plane. So just even if you are working like me, I will have it playing while I'm working. I'm not paying attention to it, but I know it's coming into the space. And then that is radiating out.
Right. Okay. I think that's some of the doubts I have. I'll let other people have a chance, and maybe next week I'll share the rest. I got a whole log of them. Take one by one.
All right, Micheline, thank you so much. God bless.
Thank you. Take care, and I hope you feel better soon.
Thank you. God bless.
Thank you.
So that's what it is. With Dr. Pillai's teachings, there are no hard and fast rules. Like I said, when that driver who is not, he always tells me I have no education. I think he finished at grade 2 or something, very low education. because he had to start, you know, taking care and a very young age. And here he is, the driver for Dr. Pillai. And Dr. Pillai loves him because he's so pure and he's so honest and he's so no ego at all. But he said, ma'am, you have to go and do this, in broken English. I was in, like, she shocked me to my attention. So whatever it needs to shock you out of, or alert you to, right? Maybe shock isn't the right word. It's just, that's how I was. I was like, it was like an electrical prod, like, hello, do the thing that's going to help you. So that's what it was for me, because it got me to get fired up to do the right thing. So we want to get fired up. We want to feel this bioelectricity inside of us that is way more powerful than the actual electricity that runs through our homes and all the buildings and throughout our cities and so on. So that is less than what our bioelectricity can do. Bio means life inside, what makes us to live. So this electrical current needs to be rewired and recalculated and refired in order for us to handle the power source that is coming into the earth plane now. So that's what a spiritual master does, as they power us up to meet the evolutionary consciousness that is coming into the planet that we don't know because we haven't been exposed to it. Just like we don't know about this virus until we are reading about it, and those who have been exposed to it, God help us that nobody is exposed to it here. And even if you are, it's okay. You are going to be taken care, and you will know that you are going to be taken care of, and you will know what you need to do, and you will know, because Dr. Pillai, he wants you to take the steps in your life and change your attitude. People do not progress on their spiritual path, especially, and you will see it or experience it for yourself when a crisis happens. You will see and know how spiritual you are or are not by your being, by the way you are responding or reacting or getting worked up about. Even myself, when I was at the airport, they had told me, and this was my final way to leave. This was it, because as of today, there are nobody leaving India. So people cannot leave and come back to Canada. So that was divine intervention. So there I was at the airport in Chennai, and I had to catch a domestic flight to get to Delhi that was going to get me on a plane to go directly to Toronto, because all the other routes, they were stopping in Europe somewhere, and I would be stuck in Europe. And I would just reach out to all of you anyways. Hey, I'm in Europe, who's here? Let's go party. No, but I didn't want to impose on anyone, and I didn't want to be stuck halfway. So that was my way out. So I get to Chennai airport, even after I smashed the coconut and felt all that energy. The lady at Indigo Jets says, I'm sorry, ma'am. Are you sure you want to take this flight? Because you have a connecting flight in Air Asia, and they've canceled it. I was just standing there, and the shock on my face, or the look on my face maybe, alarmed her. So she quietly said, okay, come with me. So she took me over to Air Indigo, the office. And they said, oh, no, you have to check with Air India, blah, blah, blah. And I said, this is not right. They would have sent me an alert, because that's what they were doing all along. The other airlines, they were sending me alerts. So sorry, we had to cancel your flight. I did not receive it. And it is the day of. So finally I said, listen, I've got to go to Air India. And so I was at Air India. And then because of all this thing that was happening, from the check-in to Air Indigo to then Air India, I misplaced my passport. And so I was standing there, and this person who goes up to my shoulder, I'm not very tall anyway, but this person, very sweet little nymph-like person, came and said, ma'am, everything's going to be okay. Just take a breath, and you're going to find it. We're going to find it. And I just stopped and I went, oh my God, yeah, I'm reacting. I'm freaking out here internally. Like I'm moving slow and controlled, but she's feeling the reaction in me. So finally I just moved my purse. I just looked at her and I said, thank you so much. She had the kindest eyes, just a sweet little thing, and in her broken English. And then I just moved my bag slightly. There was my passport. So all along, how we are evolving spiritually is in every step of the way that we take in life. So I encourage everyone to get everything, take everything in perspective, take it in stride, step by step. As it turned out, here I am. So yes, my Air India trip was on the go, and there was some miscommunication. And even the girl said to me, let me go talk to that Air Indigo person. I said, no, please don't say anything. It's fine. You know, I'm here now and I just want to move forward. And they're already stressed out, you know, so have some compassion, have grace, have blessings, be thankful, be grateful, have positive thoughts every moment. And we will build on that. And the divine will find those people who are in that state of receptivity, meaning you are X marks the spot, and the divine will pour that into you, no matter what you're doing. So enjoy that adventure in this extraordinary time and have an extraordinary life in that way, or not. It's totally up to you. Your soul is going to do what it's going to do. Every other soul, regardless if your family member or people around you, they're doing their thing. And you can't say, you got to calm down. You got to do this. You should be this way, wagging your finger. How spiritual is that? That's not going to do anything. So you just stay calm. And you just pay attention to your happy place inside. Do your spiritual practices. Put that in the space of where you live. And it will radiate 4 miles out. So they say. So thank you so much, Veronica's sharing here. If you're ever in Los Angeles, Sutrita, feel free to impose anytime. I would love to, Veronica. I'll take you up on that. Not imposing, but I'll definitely, thanks for the invitation. I'll definitely love to go out, take you out for dinner, hang out. That would be great. So, and thanks everyone else who is thinking that as well. It's a way to come together. That would be awesome. So, and thanks so much. Ayana has wrote here, thank you for the support you do in the evolution of our souls. I send blessings and prayers to all here on this call. We will rise together. Stay safe, be alert, continue your practice, deepen your connection to God. I am that I am. Joy, and Ayana. So that's beautiful. And Arula or Alice has said here, yes, my neighbor said that she was surprised with my calmness during this coronavirus incident. So this is what it is, that people will be, with the surprise, it will kind of snap them into another reality. Like they'll do another about face and go, wow, here's a possibility. There's someone here who I can relate to on some level, and I like that kind of way of responding versus the way it is in the media, social media, and so on. So, but then it's not, having said all that, it is in our best interest and the interest of everyone to not judge anyone. They are doing what their soul needs to do. It would be torture for us to judge them for being upset, for being angry, for being whatever they're being, favorable or unfavorable. So just pay attention to your own fabulous business. As the kids say to us, mind your own fabulous business. And then the divine will be there, because your business is going to be all about being busy with the divine. So the divine always, always, always will evolve you and the whole earth plane, if we pay attention during a critical time for all of humanity, to be safe, to be focusing on the goal, which is to get this, if it's a vaccine, get it out there. If it's to just be calm and everyone come together, if it's to drop all our beliefs, all our judgments, all our everything, maybe that's what the divine is doing this for. Maybe collectively we're looking for something besides a world war that would blow us all up. Then it can be contained. So this will be contained. That can be our goal. And collectively here, we can do that. We can just be praying for peace, prosperity, enlightenment to pour into the earth plane. Then disease can't live. So Visan is saying here, if you're stuck in India, Mauritius is 6 hours from Chennai, just drop down and visit us here. You'll be most welcome. We'll take care of all. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. Can you share a little bit about the upcoming conjunction? I think there's a conjunction between Saturn, Jupiter, and Mars. It's a really powerful time, again, to be a spiritual warrior. That's what I'm going to say that will relate to everyone here, is you're going to be able to do your spiritual practices and then say the right thing that is going to be like salve on the wound of all the people who are full of fear, anger, frustration. You will just be saying the right thing, being the right person. The energy around you will just be embracing them and settling them down. And not because you're doing it, it's because this planetary combination is really going to make you a commander in chief of your own life, so to speak. You will command the divine to come in. You will be a mastery of your own destiny. And if you're destined to be miserable, then you will put misery in there. But if you are destined to be really happy, then Saturn will support you. Jupiter will give you that jovial nature or optimism. It will help you to bring wisdom. And then Mars will make you to fight enemies, diseases, debts, litigation. So in a nutshell, you'll just be this really empowered spiritual warrior to stick with your spiritual practices first and foremost before you go out there standing on a soapbox wanting to save the world. That might not be your karma, and it could be a little bit dramatic. So just do what you can, and then as you move and as the spirit moves you, it's going to move through everyone else, and then that's going to expand, and so on and so on and so on. So that's the conjunction of the planets. You're very welcome. All right, everyone, I'm sorry, my face is getting a little bit sore from speaking so much. So I'd like to wrap up this call. I think we've got an earful already, or a couple of earfuls already. And thanks to Dr. Pillai, of course, for his grace and blessings coming into this, this platform that we have and connecting everyone from around the globe. And I hope that you're inspired and you continue to inspire others, even through all this these challenges that we have during these extraordinary times. Be extraordinary, and do your spiritual practices. Always call on Dr. Pillai. Gather with everyone here at Pillai Center. So many free programs are available. So many paid programs are available as well. Do whatever it is that you need to do to stay on track. So thanks everyone for joining. Thanks for your love and care. And we will see you when we see you next. Namaste.